Welcome to Vine. We are back again. Three in a day, three in a day. I told you about that 3-3. We're right here, right? So 3 in a day goes right along with that. All right. The reason we're doing this is because everything is neck and neck right now. So what that means is that you are so happy with where you are as an individual with your stability, but you're also recognizing that the world around you does not share that same spacing, and that can be annoying. It can be annoying. It can be annoying with the 3D karmic fallen world around you. This is what is passing away. This is what is opposing of the new. This is what is opposing of the rise, the ascension, the light. This is what's going on, okay? So this is those individuals who are resistant to change, that struggle with adjustment, and they're having a hard time. They're having a hard time understanding that change is the only constant on this planet of Earth, simply because it is what it is. Everything describes that. Grade school, every school point from grade all the way to collegiate, there are levels, there are grades. There is an ascension. Age, 1 year old to, you can go to 120 plus. That is ascension. Everything, you're this height, you're that height. Everything is about change and growth here. All right. The main thing you want to do is be going up. You want to be living and not dying. You want to be going up. You want to be living and not dying. You want to stay alive. Everything that is growing is alive and thriving, you know. So that's why we read the karmic and the fallen 3D world, because really the divine feminine, divine masculine have experienced, okay, karmic cycles, but what they've done is that they've had the ability to transmute, break out of those cycles, break the generational patterns of that, the blueprints that came from their parents, and they've been able to transition it into them rising above it, them becoming stronger and stable and being able to create something that is new, which is different from the former thing that did not bring the desire, or just it's time to ascend to the next level. Meaning 4th grade wasn't that bad. It's just time to go to 5th. That's it. All right. So let's go right into this. So this reading starts out, and it's crazy. When you pull the cards, you have got to love the difference in the cards that you get. So you can actually just look at this spread and you know exactly what type of reading this is. There's a lot of despair, confusion, and pain in which that is passing away, and that in which fears and letting go. So, I actually have a great passage of that in my book. It's actually in the description, but it kind of highlights this. I wrote it whenever I began the journey. I wrote the book before I knew the identification of the book to the journey, prior to getting on YouTube. Long story, it's in one of those videos, but the point is, it's in the description. But I came right into a sentence that was in it. We're starting out right here with the 5 of Swords going on with the karmic energy. This is a karmic 3D fallen world, that in which we are transforming into something that is new, loving, hopeful, inspiring, supportive, livable. The current world system is not livable for those who like to live a divine, uplifted, high vibing life. Not only that, it's not too much to ask to be safe. So here we go with the 5 of Swords coming here. we're starting out here, so it's like, okay, but it's not kind of what you think. We already know this is piggybacking off of the last karmic reading. Everything is piggybacking off of those readings for September. Check out all the September readings. That one is about confusion, that the fallen passing away, where they could not handle things, so they couldn't hide their confusion. So this starts right back out with the Five of Swords, which was in the previous reading. So we know that there's been a defeat. But one thing about this Five of Swords is that not only was there a defeat of the two that are back here, but you see right here holding three of those swords, and then they have the falling of the two. So this actually shows that advantage that we saw within that masculine energy. Well, what I'm getting with this karmic world reading is that the karmic world does not understand. They don't understand why the masculine and feminine have that advantage. Seems to be what's going on. They don't understand the trials and the tribulations and the pains and the things that the feminine and the masculine actually overcame to actually be the light that they are. To know the things that they know, to have the strength that they have. We have that the karmic world does not get it, you know? So it's like the despair of the advantage that the feminine and the masculine have in able to be steady and balanced with situations. It's almost like I'm getting, why are things working out in their favor? Why are things working out in their favor? It's always working out in their favor, but they're missing like all of this bad that the feminine and the masculine dodged to get to that place of working out in favor. It's almost like they're stuck on, they see the outcome, but they're missing the storyline, the experiences that the divine feminine and divine masculine had to transmute. So that's putting them in the position where, okay, still in that place of confusion, but I'm getting that they're doing something else. What they're doing here is we go from the Five of Swords to the Five of Wands, meaning that now there's been an action that has been put in place. Understand that this 5-5 is change. So this is a change that has happened when it comes to the karmic world energy. All right, so this 5-5 change that has happened has also activated into action, because Wands lets us know that we are moving. That is our fire. That is action. Hugs to you guys, you fire signs. Shout out and deep hugs to you, okay? What am I getting? An Aries. I'm getting a Sagittarius. I'm getting a Leo. All right, so here we go with the Five of Wands, and what seems to be happening right now is that I'm getting that they're what I'm getting is the video that was put out on the sister channel, the channel that I the duo channel that I have, the Golden Mission 1111. I put out videos there yesterday or the day before yesterday. It was 4 ways that the feminine energy entraps into codependent relations, codependent karmic relationships, and 3 ways that the masculine energy traps into codependent karmic relationships. Okay, one of the things that came up within the feminine energy entrapment video is rage. Okay, so this is almost like a rage of war. So it's like the quarreling that's coming up. So what you'll find right now in the karmic world, and that second page you'll see in the comments or the description, what's coming up with the karmic world is, look, it's almost as if they don't understand the advantage point because of the experiences that the feminine and masculine have had. So it's sending them to the place in which, like, they don't like the outcome of how they've been defeated when it comes to things that they have tried to do, tried to attack. And when we say swords, that's more like air, so it's almost like verbally, that there's been like some verbal downing, but not only verbal downing, there's been just the thoughts that they have of you, and that just kind of like the view that has been done when it comes to you and other people is what I'm getting, just really heavy with that. There's the music, so that lets us know that we just hit it, we just lit it up. So that seems to be one of the things that's happening. Well, since those things did not work and you're still fine, like you weren't able to be sabotaged in any way, what I'm getting here is that you're they're kind of like this the rage, so they're really quarrelsome. So what I'm getting is that they'll be starting conflict. So the karmic world might just start conflict and confusion with you just out of their rage as to what they're in right now. But still, you know, I'm having that the masculine and feminine energy aren't really going to notice a lot of the the conflict that is coming their way. And in them not noticing the conflict that is coming their way, because the karmic world didn't like the destruction, they didn't like the endings they had to deal with, they didn't like the endings and the favor that the endings that they have going on in their life. They have a struggle with that change and the things that aren't working for them. So, and then they just don't understand how the feminine and masculine energy are not feeling the way that they're feeling. I'm getting, it's like, why aren't they falling apart? You know, they're not falling apart with the things that are happening in the world. They're not falling apart with the things that are happening to themselves. And then they go right on out, and it's like they have that rage and they're just really quarrelsome right now when it comes to things. But the fact that it does not have an impact on the feminine and masculine energy that you can see in the previous readings, the feminine and masculine energy are just really detached from a lot of these things, that it automatically puts the karmic world energy into kind of that imprisonment, that doubt, that fear, that shame is what's really coming up heavy. So it's almost like, not only did I rage this war, but then I come in and I try to create these quarrels and conflicts, and I'm just getting, it's almost like they don't care. They don't care. And really what's happening is that the masculine and feminine energy have really ascended past the old. So the old ways of triggering the feminine and masculine energy does not work. So what's happening is that it's sending, I'm getting this like, dang, the social media stuff doesn't work. I'm getting, dang, the little thing that I just told so-and-so doesn't work. Dang, me doing that little slight comment in front of them that kind of belittles them didn't work. Dang, you know, it's almost like I'm getting like an account of many things that just wouldn't work. And we had that reading before where it was just kind of like nothing would work, but now we're seeing the impact that it's actually happening, having on the karmic world. And really what it's created is like this imprisonment, this doubt, this fear, this shame that they're kind of holding at this point in time. And it's like, well, really, what is it? What is it that they have this fear and this doubt and shame about? Like, it's not just, I'm getting that it's not just that the things did not work and that the feminine and masculine energy are handling things and that they're still rising. I'm even getting those who were in relationships, that there were partners who said, I got you, and they're going to take you down, and that they plan to do things to take you down, and really embarrass you and make it seem like it's all about you. But what happened is that it shifted, and it's just like that previous karmic reading we had. We're right now in the 5-5 change of that. So those things are really, really happening heavy right now. Where things that were set out to harm feminine and masculine is just not working. So what's really happening is that it's not just they're in imprisonment because nothing works. They are in doubt and fear because nothing works, and there's a struggle with change. They're not wanting things to end, whether it be work, whether it be relationship, whether it be family, whether it be how you are exchanging money, whether it's behavior and treatment, anything when it comes to boundary setting and really exerting self to make sure there's self-love on the masculine and feminine energy, that there's a struggle with those changes. But it's not just causing that quarrelsome and then that imprisonment, doubt, and fear. There's also shame coming in, but I'm getting shame is coming heavy because of this next motion. This next motion is showing the difficulties that the karmic world is having, that's leaving them in that confusion. Their losses that they're having to take is where the shame is happening. I'm getting that they're having to take public losses. So what's happening is that versus the feminine and the masculine energy, they've taken losses on top of losses and had to lift their heads and walk on, you know. But I'm having right here with the karmic world that they're having a hard time because they presented themselves one way and now they are having to show the truth. It's like I have to show the truth of what it is, so there's a lot of shame. So they have shame around the losses, loss of the family structures, loss of the job structures, loss of the family structures, loss of everything that was presented, that social representation piece. There's shame there because there was a lot of work that was done. And then the difficulties that they were having as far as maintaining it. And then I'm also getting when it comes to like the mental confusion that many are now experiencing. They're experiencing things that they've never experienced before. So people are having to support them. They're having to seek out counseling, support, guidance, and things of that sort because they're really struggling with adjustments and changes. They're struggling with the losses. They're struggling with the reality of the truth of their life being seen in front of others. So this is coming in heavy with the karmic world energy as to where the shame is coming in currently right now in the 5-5 change. This is all happening because of justice. Justice is having to happen to balance the scales. This is an earth plane of cause and effect. What I have is right here at the bottom of the deck here being the 7 of Wands that we have, and it shows that the conflict that the karmic world had actually initiated with others is just being a return. And that's just kind of like sometimes how things happen. And it's like they created their own hell is what seems to be coming through heavy. See, when you create something with the intentions of negative intent towards someone else, but then that someone else is not impacted by it at all, then it creates it creates that own hell for those individuals, and it really affects them on the self-esteem level and just really mental and emotional in a lot of ways. I pulled additional cards on kind of like how to deal with this. So it's like remain light, remain free, you know, see, this is that childlike state. So imagine how children are. You ever seen children when they're around a disgruntled or angry person or somebody that's not right? Children just don't fool with them. You know, children will look at them, they won't fool with them, or they'll offer something light. Like it can be a massive storyline that somebody has going on. A child has no idea what the adult storyline is, mainly because they're always told to get out or not listen when it happens. But a child can pick up on that emotion, which is that divine ability that you do have. So you do have that empathic of ability. So you don't need to know the stuff, which is coming up within the DF reading that was just posted, is coming through this reading. It's like this is how it's done, is that you pick up on and you know this energy. You know when someone's in that doubt, imprisonment, shame. You know when they're being quarrelsome. You know when they're acting like that. You can see and feel that energy. You've been trained on that energy for a long time, okay? That's generally the energy we get trained on first. You know how to children know how to get out the way, and then if they offer any type of support, it's something really cute. Like they might just hang you an acorn and go on about their business, and they still stay fancy free, you know, fancy free and light, meaning do not allow what's going on with those around you to take you down, you know. Figure out ways to offer support where you still stay up and light. Another thing that's coming in as a way of dealing with them is to remember that your work is that you look within when it comes to your guidance, not outside in, inside out. So a lot of times when the karmic world is in positions like this can be your family, this can be your friends, this can be people related to you or your counterpart or your complement. When they are like this, they can't really offer you any type of support. The reason being is that they can't see past their own pain and their own situation. So a lot of projection happens. So a way to deal with this is really just maintain and remember that you go within. Go within for what? You go within for your love. You see that alignment? You go within for your love and alignment with these lovebirds here. Is that's what you go in and you align to. So it supports you in knowing that whatever is said or whatever is done or whatever you're watching that is happening around you, that you know how to create that love for yourself. You know how to do that for you, and you know how to remain free and light, but still be in a place of support and compassion if you are involved. And then you also know how to set your boundaries and do what you got to do to make sure you're staying uplifted, high vibing, light, which is what? Feeling good. And that's not a crime to seek. Yeah. All right. The golden mission. The golden mission is union. Union within self, then union with others.